Hello, so today's tech tip talks about taking something that you already do and figuring out how to incorporate technology. I use a lot of the Google Suites apps in my classroom, and today I'm going to show you how I use Google Slides for my math lessons. So normally I would have the day that we're working on with the standard that we're going to be working on. And so today, my kids were learning have been learning how to add and subtract using different strategies. So every day we always have about 3 warm-ups, and those warm-ups either introduce the next topic that we're going to be working on or reviews a topic that we've already been working on. So next we're going to be talking about place value. And so I wanted to just prep them before we start next week. And so I have questions like these. What is the value of the 3 and the number below? What place value is it in? So the students should be able to tell me the value is 300 and it's in your hundreds place. And I've done that for all place values. So you'll see the 3 here, and it'll be underlined. So it's underlined for my 2, for them to answer the same questions as well as the 8. So after my warm-up, I go into the strategy. It just depends on what we're working on. So because we're working on addition and subtraction, I have this strategy, which is like I have my kids break it up into tens and ones. And so the problem is broken up into tens and ones. They would add to get your answer, and then they would combine it. And so I have it animated to where it only shows what I want it to show at a certain time. So that's the most important part. If you do it for your math slides, just make sure you animate it so it shows up in that timely order, in that sequence. So I've been teaching them how to do the inverse. So if you can add, you can also subtract to check your work. So I'll do something and put up a cute Bitmoji, saying, how can I check my work? Then my emoji will have the idea, and we'll be able to tell you can check your work using subtraction. And I teach my kids, you can subtract, you can take the answer and take one of your partners, so either your top one or your bottom one, and subtract, and you should be able to get the other partner that you did not use. So I have 84 minus 25 or 84 minus 59. I told my students to choose, or you can break them up into groups and have one half solve the first one, have the other solve the second one. And so it would bring you to that next slide. Once again, I've animated it in the process in which I teach my kids how to do it. So we start in our ones place. We can't do 4 minus 5 and get a positive number. I always say that portion because you can do 4 minus 5, but it will be negative. So you don't want a negative number in as your answer. So I teach them, if you can't do it and get a positive number, you have to go next door and borrow a 10. So that would be my first step, taking 10 away from 80, making it 70, bringing it over to your 4, making it 14. Now you can subtract and get that positive number. So 14 minus 5 is 9, 70 minus 20 is 50, leaving you with 59 as your total answer. Now I could have gone back and did the other equation too, but I didn't. But I did go around and check and make sure that it's good. So if you wanted to do both equations just so the students can see how that works, you could. We've also been learning the number line, so this just takes them through the different leaps through the steps, and these are also animated as well. So I teach them to break up the bottom number, the smaller number, and write down your bigger number on the number line. And so because we're subtracting, your 74 would go here, and then it will take you through the steps and solving it. And then I did the same thing with addition so they can see that option. So 63, and I'm going to add 23, taking them through the steps in which I would solve it, giving you that answer, and then the next day will show up. So this is just one way that I incorporate technology, and something that I already do. I would normally have done it on the board, but I just thought it was more interactive and more engaging for them to see the steps through it that way, and the kids love it. So it's don't overthink it. Just think about something that you already do and see how technology can enhance it. I hope you enjoyed this week's tech tip. Most of my tech tips will focus on this main tip, which is taking what you already do and enhancing it, but I'll show you some new and cool things that you can do within your classroom. So stay tuned for next week's tech tip. Have a good day.